All right, happy Sunday, everybody, and welcome back to my channel. It's finally going. It's finally happening. I'm leaving on Friday and hopefully starting next weekend there at Springer. So there's a lot of emotions going on. I'm so nervous and I'm so excited, and it's just been a crazy week. I'm trying to go through and make sure financially that I'm good. I've definitely hit my goal now, but I'm trying to get a little bit of extra money and just getting the logistic, like the plane tickets, how I'm gonna get to Springer has been crazy. My plans have changed multiple times, and I meant to have this video out on Friday, and it's just been crazy. I'm trying not to get injured right before I leave. I just at work shot a nail through my thumb, so that's gonna be fun when I start the trail. So it's been wild. But first, before I kind of get into the topic of this video, I really wanted to just say thank you to everyone. I really wasn't expecting the reaction that I got out of it. I was only thinking that it was going to be just a few family and friends. So seeing a lot of different people who follow other thru hikers and just a few other people who have hiked it, and all the kind words you guys have commented, I really do appreciate it, and it does mean a lot. But today I kind of wanted to just talk about some of my goals going into the trail and my why, which I know I mentioned in that last video that I posted that I was going to talk about, and I felt like it was just a good video to pre-record and to look back at once I finish up. So I think the best way to start this is to kind of talk about my why and then lead that into goals. They kind of tie together, so and I'm kind of just spitballing here, so it might be, I don't know, we'll see how this goes. So rewind a little bit back into 2020. I had just started at my university and I was going down this track of IT. Started working as an intern at or 2 internships at different companies, and you know, leading into the pandemic was really starting to think, you know, I don't know if I really want to do this. I'd started at a 2-year school and then transferred, and so I'd put a lot of time into my degree at this point, and obviously the pandemic threw everything off and just was like really lost at the time. And then around the same time really started getting into rock climbing, and I'm not a good climber by any means, but I started watching video after video of like Magnus and some other really good climbers who have YouTube channels and post a lot of climbing content, and just trying to, you know, digest as much as I can and learn about this new sport that I had kind of stumbled upon. And around that time the YouTube algorithm started pushing more just like generic outdoor content onto my feed, and I was scrolling one day towards the end of 2020, and I stumbled upon a video or documentary. It's about an hour and a half long, called The Appalachian Trail Journey of the Soul, by his trail name is Frozen. And I was just like, well, I've heard of some people who had hiked the AT, and I was curious, to say the least. And so, you know, I clicked on that video, I started watching it, and wasn't really expecting to kind of, I guess, relate to his story as much as I did. And it was just really cool seeing his journey and his transformation and just all the things he learned while on the trail. And by the end of that video, I just remember I shut my computer, I went to my couch, I picked up my phone and I called my mom, and I was like, hey, I know this kind of sounds crazy, but there's this thing called the AT, and gave her a little bit of the backstory of it and explained it to her. And I was like, I think I'm gonna try this. And obviously I don't think she realized how serious I was being about it. It was just kind of I don't know how to explain it, almost like a calling. It's just something I really wanted to try. Shortly after that, I stumbled into what I would consider like my dream job, or at the time was definitely my dream job, and started doing that. I moved down to the city by myself, and it just didn't pan out, and it kind of put me back into the place where I was at in 2020, where I was just really lost, and you know, I was away from my friends and family, and it just wasn't a really good time for me. I just started like eating a lot and just being really unhealthy, and it just kind of kept getting worse and worse. And you know, I told myself that you know, I think I really need this. And If you would have asked me probably 6 months ago what my why was, it probably would have related more to that. And I think I would say it's a journey of itself, but through like preparing for this adventure, I've really learned a lot. I started at my peak, I was like 235. I've lost really close to about 40 pounds now. I'm like 196, 197. I've gotten really healthy, changed my eating habits, changed my working habits, gotten a consistent working out schedule, and just like really focused on getting healthier. And a lot of at least the mental side with that has changed, and pursuing something and like setting out a goal financially, and going and getting the resources to do this has really taught me a lot going into it. And so I think my why has changed quite a bit, and I think now my why is just it's just kind of hard to explain. It's kind of like that calling. It's definitely something that I just feel like I need to do. Or not need to do, but definitely want to do. But like moving into some of my goals, my goals for this journey, number one obviously is to reach Katahdin. I think that's everyone's goal who starts a through hike. So I'm pretty much just going to focus on, I believe I have 3 other goals that I can think of. Number one, my first goal is to just really focus on being healthy, focus on like just growing and becoming a healthy individual, which, like I said, already kind of learned a lot and figured a lot of this out. Just as like a life goal, I just want to focus on being healthier. I want to break some bad habits. I formed a lot of really bad habits, and some of those habits I've pretty much gotten over, but there's still a few that I'm really working on. And I feel like stepping away and kind of going not necessarily off the grid, but being away from civilization for a little bit is definitely going to help with that. And I realize that I need to get over some of this stuff now, and it'll be easier now than later. My last goal is just to really be creative and to learn and to grow. I kind of developed this fear of social media over the past year, this phobia. I used to really love it, and I did a lot of Twitch and a lot of YouTube, and it's just gotten to the point where I've really started to hate it, and I miss that creative side of me. So I definitely want to focus on that. But I don't want to make these videos super long. I know I'm recording at 10 minutes, and some of this will probably get trimmed down. But once again, thank you everyone who are following along. I'm about to go and break this bag out and do a gear list video for you, because I have to ship all of this out tomorrow, so it'll be ready for me when I get into Atlanta. And I think that's going to be it for this video. I cannot wait to see you guys out on trail. Thank y'all.